to the stage. Let's give him a rowdy welcome, Drew Cohen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today we're going to talk about why your business is stuck and the one shift that fixes it fast. You can double your personal take-home profit without buying more leads, without buying new tools, and without hiring a giant team simply by rewiring the part of your brain that has been holding your business hostage. Stay with me to the end, and I'll give you the exact mental business model owners use to break through plateaus in 21 days or less. A little bit about me: I'm a contractor, I'm a coach, I'm a dadpreneur. I've built a couple of different businesses. My wife and I survived $320,000 of credit card debt and came back out the other side in one piece. We've rebuilt stability and margin in our lives, and the second grade teacher that I had said I would never succeed in life because I could not pass a single one of her spelling tests. And I still can't fold a finish sheet, so that is what it is. My wife and I started this business probably 14 years ago. We were working 8 hours a day in the field together. When we come home, she would do 3 hours of bookkeeping at night. I would do 3 hours of marketing work. And I didn't really have the sense that I could ever hire an employee. Anybody feel like you're scared to hire that next employee? That's a big molehill for you. Like, how am I going to pull this? Can I afford them? Employees are expensive. What if that was a lie? See, I didn't think that I was the kind of business or the business owner who could hire anyone, and I was scared that I wouldn't even do the interview process right. Anybody else concerned about the interview process? There's a scarcity mindset that if I just had more leads, I would be able to do what we need to do, and my wife and I could make more money, and it would work out. Because we were 3 years a nonprofit before we became a for-profit, accidentally. Anybody else been there? Yep. Business was actually what was going on. The business was an external reflection of what was happening inside of me and inside of my brain, and that's what we're going to kind of jump into here today. So that first thing that we talked about, I can't hire an employee because I'm not that kind of business, right? I want to picture you and your wife, or you and your business partner, whoever it is, and you're working those days and you're pulling those double shifts, and just remember that point in your business where you felt stuck. You felt absolutely just could not move on, could not get to that next place that you wanted to get to. When I was in that point in 2014, I attended a mastermind. I've spent probably $100,000 on different masterminds and coaching programs over the years, but I went to this one called Millionaire Blueprint, put on by a guy named Jeffrey Combs, and he had John Assaraf, who was a brain research guru, presenting at this meeting. And I bought his program. And over the course of doing his program, two things came to my brain and transformed my life. 3 weeks in, I got an itch to jump out of a perfectly good airplane with a parachute attached to my back. I had never had that desire before in my life, but 3 weeks into this brain training audio program, I got that itch. 6 weeks into this program, I got the idea that I could possibly, potentially, maybe hire my first employee. That decision, not the skydiving, that decision to hire that employee made me $80,000 the next year. What would you deciding to hire an employee do for your business 1 year from now? Who's that one void in your business that you need, that you don't have right now? And how could they transform things for you? Now, skydiving did do something for me. Anybody ever have a problem with clients? And your phone rings, or you see the text, and it just makes your heart drop, and it's like a bomb went off in your email box, and you don't even want to read it because you know what it says, right? We've all been there. Oh, yeah. Here's what skydiving taught me. Went to San Diego, signed up, watched all the videos, figured out how I was going to make a marketing promotional video on it. You can search it on YouTube, it's fun to watch. We talked about making life more epic. When I jumped out of that plane, I did 3 weeks of prep work, watching YouTube videos, getting myself nervous, watching other people jump out of planes. That feeling of tingling in your fingers, I had that at my computer desk at home. When I finally crawled to the door, the guy pushed us to the door and said, 1, 2, he didn't wait for 3. The worst part was that first half a second of free fall. I thought, I want to see the plane on the way down. He did a barrel roll, and we saw the bottom of the plane. And then we spread our arms, and we spread our legs, and it was the coolest experience. And when I overcame that fear of death and jumping out of the plane, and we got down to the ground, the one thing I realized was this: there's never going to be another client who can ever scare me, because I faced death and jumped out of a plane. And if I can do that, clients are easy. Boom. When your mindset changes, when your actions change, your income changes. So we hired my first employee, made us an extra $80,000 that year, and that was step one in transforming our business. Second thing that I realized going through this brain training program and understanding visualization was that my brain had been programmed wrong around money my whole life. Many of us here, and maybe you don't realize this, but we had 10,000 meals with the wrong financial advisors growing up. In fact, our parents often taught us, it's not polite to talk about money. It's not polite to talk to strangers. In fact, it's not safe to talk to strangers. And now as business owners and as salespeople, what do we have to do? Talk to strangers and ask them for money. How hard is that to begin to overcome? You're not broken. You've been programmed with the wrong programs that no longer served you. Yes, they protected you as a child, but as an adult, it's time to uninstall those programs and put some new ones in their place. What if I could show you how to uninstall some of those programs in 21 days in your brain? Would that be helpful to you? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Business requires the opposite of a lot of what we learned in our childhood conditioning. See, buying more tools, buying more leads or software to fix our business is what a lot of people will tell you and what a lot of people will think. But what if the truth was actually counterintuitive? What if it wasn't quite that obvious? What if it was as simple as coming home from work, standing in your driveway, looking at your house, and maybe your house isn't everything that you want it to be right now. Maybe you have some things you want to do. Maybe you want a bigger one. Maybe you want a bigger yard, a place for the dog to run, whatever it might be. What if changing your business and making your business more profitable next year was as simple as standing in your driveway, you got your aftershocks on, you're listening to one of your favorite motivational, upbeat, cool, epic movie theme song things playing in the back of your head. How many people it's Top Gun? Some people for like the Star Wars stuff. Hans Zimmer, John Williams, whatever that epic music is for you to get you in the zone. You put that in your ears. You're staring at your house. You see what's there, and then you close your eyes and start to visualize what could be. And you listen to that music, and you visualize what could be. And then you start to smile as you think about what could be. In fact, do that now. Close your eyes. Imagine your house the way exactly how you want it. I want you to celebrate that win right now in your brain, emotionally. Smile. Now I want you to double it, because we do multiplication naturally. Double that feeling of happiness, of joy, of fulfillment, of satisfaction. That hug that you're going to get from your spouse when you walk in the door because they're so incredibly proud of you. Take that visualization. Think about that. Feel it. I want you to feel it. Not just see it. Not just say, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. Feel it. How good is that going to feel? Smile. Enjoy it. Feel it in your heart. Because doing that is what begins to rewire that part of our brain. You know, we talk about when you buy a yellow car, all of a sudden you see yellow cars everywhere. What if you started programming your brain to look for these opportunities? Because see, the thing is, if you all close your eyes right now, everybody close your eyes. What color is the carpet in the room? Don't open your eyes. Think about it. What color do you think the carpet is in this room? All right, say it out loud. What is it?
Brown.
Gray.
Everyone open your eyes. How many people were close? Raise your hand. Okay, now did any of you consciously walk in here and say, what color is the carpet? Gee, wow, it's gray and it's brown. Did anyone do that when you got here today? No? Nobody? But how did you know? How did you know what color the carpet was when I told you to close your eyes? Did I telepathically tell it to you? No. Your brain recognized it, but the subconscious part of your brain did not tell you it was important. So it just you filter out 98% of what you see. Well, what if we could train our brains to what the important things were that would bring us those opportunities that are all around us, but we don't realize they're there because we've never taught our subconscious that it's important to us. We've never told it, that's a yellow car to me, I want to know about it. Declare your future you want. Write it down. Visualize it. Smile. Feel that emotion. Speak it loudly. And then double it. Because multiplication happens naturally. It's the way God created us. A couple of wins that my wife and I recently celebrated. We got a hot tub a year ago. I have spent at least 4 days, half an hour in there 4 days a week for the last year. That's over 200 soaks. And I'm listening to Bob Proctor, John Assaraf, Myron Golden, Joshua Latimer. I'm listening to these people that have amazing things to say about business and life. And then I'm visualizing, I'm listening to that epic theme music from those movies that I love. And I'm just thinking about how awesome life is going to be. And I'm acting as if it's now. And I'm seeing it now. I'm putting that in my brain now. My wife and I spent 8 years planning an addition on our house to make room for more foster kids. And the day before we got turned down definitively that the county would not let us put it in for septic, she got an email from Zillow about another property that had everything that we wanted in that addition and like 30 things more. We became instant overnight landlords, something we've been praying about and wanting to do for a while. It was an incredible, incredible swap. We got our trucks wrapped. I got this urgency before 2020 that we really needed to, this economy's been going great for a long time. Can it keep going forever? Nah, we probably need to get our marketing done. We need to get our apparel finally done. We need to get our trucks wrapped. And we pulled that off right before things went south in 2020. That was the coolest thing. And then we got this new property, and we got a building that we could paint to match the trucks. Because I didn't want to pay a sign permit fee, so I just painted the building to match the trucks, and now it looks like a giant billboard out in front of our shop. The first time we got to take a 2-week vacation, and our staff ran things without us. If you did that today, if you walked away for 2 weeks from your business, would there be more money in the bank account when you got back or less? If you didn't say more, we need to start talking about mindset and visualization and getting this stuff out there. Because I want you to imagine this. The end of this year, you look in your Profit First account and you write yourself a check for $100,000. How cool would that feel? Now smile and double it. Anchor that. Some people anchor it to emotion. Some people anchor it to a song. There's different ways that you can do that. We don't have time to cover that today. But there's different ways that you can anchor these good feelings so you can take the wins that we just talked about and we can anchor the good feelings so that as we're driving towards that next goal, we use that same power from that same emotion, from everything that we just achieved, to drive us in the new ones. One of the coolest things this year that we are really excited about, we helped to incubate our daughter's auction house she wanted to launch. She was tired of working for other people because they're idiots, and they wouldn't listen to her suggestions for how to make things better. So she finally gave up and started her own thing. Any entrepreneurs get tired of listening to someone else and get up down there and start your own thing, right?
Yeah.
So she did that. She did that a year and a half ago. This year she had her first $10,000 sale. One auction, $10,000 in revenue. She was ecstatic. They had a couple really neat pieces, which I was going to talk about today, but just how do you take these wins? Would it be cool for you if you helped your daughter accomplish one of her goals? Would that be cool?
Yes. Yeah.
How do we make that happen? It starts with visualization. It starts with getting our mindset right, uninstalling the programs that we had as kids, and putting in programs that are going to help us. So if this is interesting to you, if you want to work one-on-one or in small groups or celebrate your wins and help to anchor them emotionally so you can leverage them for future growth, come find me after the event. We can talk about masterminds, hot seats, coaching, and some of the other things that we can do. My name is Drew Cope. It's been great hanging out with you today. Thank you very much.
Yeah.